What's up, everybody? We are doing it live. The GRG podcast is back in full effect, and I think everybody's happy and full. It feels good to have some days off, especially we can game, we can chill with family, and I hope everybody that's listening so far that we're going to have a good time, man. So let's go ahead and get this started, man, and go to the illustrious panel. First, we're gonna start off with one of the matriarchs. That's Delilah HD. What's happening? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. What's going on, everybody? Glad to be here this evening. Just kind of chilling out right now. Just came back from enjoying time with family, and I'm looking forward to talking about these topics you got listed for us. So,
all right, cool. No doubt. All right, and then we're going to one of our special guests because we have two. And first up, he's been here before, so what I'm saying, he's part of the family, GRG family, man, and happy to have you come on. So what's been going on? Have you been having did you have a great Thanksgiving, or do you even celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada? I'm sure that you do, but what's going on with you, Nukem?
Yo, kaboom, Nukem up in the GRG podcast room. Thanks for having me, Kmega, and this amazing panel. Yeah, we celebrate Thanksgiving, but we do it a little bit ahead of time. We have ours back in October. This is just a regular day in the neighborhood for us, but like I said on Twitter, I think yesterday, it shouldn't matter what day it is or what occasion it is. Every day we wake up, our eyeballs open, we're able to spend valuable time with our family or friends, be fortunate for the things that we have, appreciate all that the good Lord gives us, that sort of stuff. It's always a day to be thankful. That's the way I look at it, man. So I'm still living, still walking, still talking, still breathing, despite the haters. But we doing good, man. Thanks for having me here.
Hey, no doubt, man. I'm glad that you could come on. And then our other special guest, which, you know what, so far he's not becoming a guest. He's becoming almost like a regular to us a little bit, man. And so we missed you for the last week, but happy to have you on this week again, man. And how was your Thanksgiving? 108 Dragons TV. Facts.
You already know what it is, baby. From yesterday, had a whole lot of Xbox One X.
Oh, you're breaking up, bro. You're breaking up.
You can't hear me? Yeah.
Go ahead. Talk again.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Am I a little bit better?
Yeah, you a lot better.
I gotta pay that cable bill.
Woo! that neutrality. We're gonna be paying a lot more. So, man, how was your Thanksgiving, man?
Yeah. Fantastic, man. I got people dropping food off. My wife cooked a wonderful meal. I actually got seconds on the stuffings this Thanksgiving, first time in about 20 years. And I had a whole lot of Xbox One X cake. Facts.
Yes, indeed. So, man, glad to have you on. And then we moving on to the rest of the illustrious panel. Man, Fonzarelli, man, what's going on with you, man? How was your Thanksgiving? How was the family?
Hey, Thanksgiving was great. Family was great. Food was great, and I'm still eating, and I'm still I feel like I've gained 20 pounds already. I mean, it's crazy, like, man. And I'm still eating though. Pumpkin pie calling my name every chance it gets. I'm telling you, man. I'm ready to start this show to burn some calories. Let's go.
Oh man. All right, so then we moving on, man. Hey, my intro media gaming brother. You know what I'm saying? 100. What, Mr. 100? Or he said take off the Mr. and just leave it as 100, man. Are you playing a little bit of Sea of Thieves drunk or not? What you gonna
got to ask live. We got to see if it was on. I didn't read the newsletter today, so if it's active, yeah, I might do that tonight.
And how was your Thanksgiving?
It was great.
All right, how was your Thanksgiving, bro?
Oh, it was great. First time in about 3 years they didn't come crash my house. Went to go crash my auntie house about like an hour and a half away in Bakersfield. It felt good. It was actually cooler out there than out here in LA because it was hotter than fish grease. But no, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Played with the cousins and stuff. Spent the whole week with my son. He came out here on his break, so it was pretty cool.
All right, that's great. All right, then we moving on to hey man, this man has already been crunk. I think when we talked earlier, when I was wondering if we was going to do the show or not this week, earlier today, man, Triple Cup Chuck, are you up or are you really up?
Man, I'm all the way up, man. I'm so up, it's ridiculous, man. Right now, I'm feeling good, living good, life good, everything good around me. I just finished eating me a big pot of gumbo. I'm full. I done got full. I'm full, and I'm ready to talk about these games. I'm ready to enjoy this time. We finna have fun in here. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna have some fun. And then last but not least, man, our Donald Trump is back, and it's good to have him back. And man, what's been going on with you? And did you have a great Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man. You ain't shit, Kmega. You and damn dolphin noise. Nah, yeah, Thanksgiving was popping, man. You know, I ate a lot yesterday, so I kind of chilled out today.
Did you have tuna?
Tuna? No. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just go ahead.
Tuna. Ew, man, this is gross, yeah.
All right, man. No, how was your Thanksgiving with you and your family, man?
You the only one having tuna fish sandwiches at fucking Thanksgiving, bro. It's nasty, man. I bet you put extra mayo on your shit.
No, mustard.
That sounds even worse, bro.
Bro, you gotta use mayonnaise with tuna fish, you know. But I mean, like, you know,
the mustard and mayo. What the fuck?
But I
condiment use, man. That's a technical foul. That's a flag on the play.
Yeah,
Bro, I put mayonnaise mustard in mine.
Yeah, I mean that's just the South way, I guess. I mean, we just
mayonnaise and mustard. Yeah, I do mayonnaise and mustard.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
wild.
That's some shit. I
anything.
Yeah, I do that
Tuna
too.
fish dead.
Nah, I don't know about that.
It was spoiled.
And mustard.
I don't do no mayonnaise and mustard. I can't, man. I'm sorry. Maybe that's the tri-state area in me.
Okay. Well, you too good.
Yeah,
I don't eat Reubens, so that's the only places I know that they do that shit. Like people eat Reubens, but I don't eat that shit.
You don't eat a Reuben?
Nah, I don't really fuck with that shit. I don't like corned beef like that. I don't just be eating corned beef.
That's like East Coast stuff, corned beef and all of that.
Bro,
like,
only time I ever had corned beef is when it's St. Patty's Day. That's it.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
All right.
I'm gonna just be like, yo, let me get that corned beef, cuz like, nah.
All right, man. All right. Well, Lady Infamous couldn't be here with us. She said that she had to go on a rendezvous with the Conscious Daughters. It was a 1992 rap group, and she said,
"Oh, come on!"
And then all day felt insulted by Zaire's video, and he said from here on out, that's why he changed his name to Mr. Something, I think, hashtag AKA Mr. Sang Soon. So anyway, man, we'll be ready to go, man. Shout out to All Day. All those rumors that I kicked him off and all that crazy shit, that's nothing like that. I'm pretty sure he'll be saying something about he ready to murder me sometime next week. But anyway, man, I hope they have had a great Thanksgiving, and God bless them both, man. It's for real. So let's get into these topics and let's get it popping. First off, net neutrality. I do not know how much you guys have talked about it or how much you paid attention to it, but it's been something that's been talked about for the last 10 years. And it was started off in the Obama administration. Me and Don talked about it a couple of days ago. And now it just seems like a lot of podcasters aren't really talking about it. And this is really serious business. There was a graph that was made that I seen on YouTube, and then LiveWire was great to show another graph that was coming from Portugal, because there was a lot of people saying that net neutrality really is not going to affect them because their laws is different than the U.S. laws. But as they seen that there was like these rough drafts of different prices and how they're already trying to change the market. Now, I know that the president signed on it, but we don't know if it still has to go to Congress and gets a vote. But we already know that there's a lot of people out there protesting because this is not fair to everybody. Because if you use the internet, especially in the United States, it's affecting everybody, and it's going to raise everybody's prices. And the main people that'll hit the most is PC gamers, because if there was one thing that they could actually tout and talk about that they could brag on, is that they don't have to pay for any extra on services. But without net neutrality, we've seen in one of those graphs that they will be paying. They can pay up to $5 to $10 for having EA, Steam, Warcraft, Real Arcade, Game Tap added as a service that they would have to pay on top of their cable bill. So I'm going to go ahead. If you guys aren't so familiar with it, that's fine. But I'm going to go to you first. Noof, and if you know, saying if you need any help with it, just let me know. But have you heard anything about net neutrality? What do you think about this? I mean, where are you at on this?
Yeah, I mean, I have heard about it. I'm following the situation closely because if a lot of things that normally come through the United States filter through to Canada eventually. It sort of kind of goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? So person will follow somebody else's lead, and I just think it's bad for business. I think, well, I mean, I guess it's great for business, especially for the private corporations that are looking to try to make more money off of more or less filtering their content under paywalls and stuff like that. And I hope I'm getting this stuff right. I mean, I just kind of got the gist of it. But I think it's bad for business. You know, anytime that you're going to go to a lot of your favorite websites or different things, and you're going to have to basically subscribe or get a membership now to access things that we always had free reign over. I just think it's terrible, and think it's gonna hurt the industry as a whole. Like I said, it's gonna make money for somebody, but as gamers, as YouTubers, streamers, the whole 9 yards, it's going to have a trickle down effect. It's not going to be good at all. And if it goes through, you have to wonder if at least the government will regulate certain caps where it's going to be at least affordable, or if it's just kind of like charge whatever they want, whenever they want, that sort of thing. So, like I said, I'm watching it closely because it will have an effect up here, and more than likely that stuff will start taking over with the internet service providers, and the big cable companies up here will try to get on the action and follow suit. So I don't like it. I hope that the public speaks out against it and makes it go away, because it is not good for business.
No, absolutely, it's not. So what about you, 108 Dragons? Have you heard anything about this net neutrality situation? What is your stance on this?
Listen, man, they always try to capitalize off a thriving community to gain a buck in anything. The government. November 7th, they try to get in on people's pensions, which pensions don't have nothing to do with nobody. You know what I'm saying? They want to tap into something that's successful because they're lacking somewhere else. Neutrality is where it's at. Nobody should be charged on no extra service on the internet that you already pay a service provider. So why should you pay the government? Why are they even intervening? Why are they even talking about it? I have no idea. But they're always looking for ways to capitalize off of somebody else's benefit, like your pensions. They was trying to do that last vote that didn't come through. So I just think it's a tough situation. But let's just hope it doesn't work. It doesn't work out for them. You just keep it exactly how it is, because there's nothing wrong with it. These cable companies already, like Comcast, they're already ripping people off. You get to a certain, bandwidth. You downloaded 10 gigabytes this month, and they raping you. See, in New York, we don't go through that. But people with Xbox One X, and you had to download those patches, you got people paying for that after a certain amount of patches, after a certain amount of games you own. I thought that was terrible. You know what I'm saying? It should be like a universal situation, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel about it.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that's it's problematic for me, because as a person that pays for a higher internet, how much higher can you guys go? And as much as I'm already paying for the internet to get the best of what we have to offer out here from it's Cox Communications out here, but they're owned by Comcast. So Delilah, I'm pretty sure, because you pay attention to politics just as much as I do. What is your thoughts about net neutrality? And understand this, guys, this isn't a Democrat Republican situation. This is a universal problem for everyone, because we all use the internet. So Delilah, what's your thoughts on net neutrality being taken away?
Yeah, I think for me, I just worry about the ramifications of it, because as a gamer that I've been one of the ones that's been getting those 4K downloads, and also like getting the 4K assets and things like that. So definitely my bandwidth has been creeping up higher and higher. But we have a business line, so we don't really have the problem of overage fees. But you're absolutely right, and so I do worry about the ramifications of it, and that's why I think that I really don't understand either, like why the government is trying to intervene with the processes already put in place. We already have bills that we have to pay in order to have internet. So I don't get it. I just hope that. I mean, we'll see. I feel like at the same time, I feel like it's nothing we can do. I mean, of course we can protest. Of course we can kind of try to band together to stop what's going to happen. But I still think it's kind of inevitable because it really could take a couple people with a big money and the influencers, if you will, to kind of make this thing go through. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, and also, it's still not official yet. I mean, like from my understanding, it still has to go through Congress and pass. I know that the president has signed on it, but it's still not.
I mean, like to me, it's like it's inevitable. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's what it seems. It's what it feels like. It's like
that's what it feels like. And again, but
sign off on it. Who's going to stop it? Like,
well, the people, but also look, the President Obama was going to sign on it. If you guys don't remember, and the people stopped it. The people said that this is not what we wanted, and so President Obama backed off and said, no, this is not good because the public does not want that. Now, of course, it might be different because of the president that we have, because he's headstrong about his vision. But the Congress, the people that we vote for through individual states, we definitely have the power to let them know that if we're not satisfied, that they can get the boot. And trust me, they don't want to lose that free health care. They don't want to lose all of that, all the benefits that they get. So if we have to, as a community, as gamers, and just as society, as to let these congressmen know, look, you work for us and we have to do something. So if you guys can get to whoever that you can get to, we'll talk to your local congressman, tell them that you're not for this. Trust me, enough voices will make people change their vote and change their decision making. So I'm gonna go to you, Fonzie. What is your thought process on this whole net neutrality situation?
Well, the problem with this whole situation is the fact that we have lobbyists for these corporations out there who will pay big bucks to influence our government to try to sway them to go, towards this to abolish net neutrality, because they want to, what they want to do for people that don't understand out there that may be listening, they want to create situations where it's sort of like microtransactions in gaming right now. They want to.
That's a perfect way to put it, to get people riled up.
Yeah, basically what they want to do.
Loot crates.
Yeah, basically what they want to do is they want to nickel and dime you any way they can. What they could potentially do is create different types of fast lanes and stuff for certain providers that may and charge you certain tiers, like they do with cable, like they have a sports package or whatnot. They could in fact have like a YouTube and Netflix package that you pay extra for just so you can get those speeds. And if you don't pay it, they slow you down. So that's the kind of shit that they could do here. They could just nickel and dime us to death and we have to take it. And that's what we need to stop. We this all, I guess the FCC takes a vote against this or for this on December 14th. And we just got to we got to speak against it. We got to be out there and say, hey, we want this net neutrality to stay. Do not take this away. We don't agree with President Trump on this. It's ridiculous to let these corporations just run wild. And I know in a lot of cases, people hate that we have the government meddling in our business or meddling in businesses, period. However, in situations like this is why we have a government. This is why it's good to have a government, but we need them to stand by us. They work for us. They are supposed to be for us, the people. We need to make sure they know that the people do not want to abolish net neutrality.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Fonz. Really well said. Yeah. And before I get to you, Triple Cup, I'm going to just give people a little insight of what they kind of want to do, right? They so basically they will charge a fee of like $29.95 or maybe just $30. And then for whatever package that you may, incentive that you may want. And now this graft was made years ago. This was made about like 4 or 5 years ago when they thought that net neutrality was going to get abolished the first time. But so imagine this, the cost is going to be a little bit higher because internet speeds and what people are doing with the infrastructure out here in the US it's definitely going to be higher than $29.95. It's probably going to be $30 or $40 right off the bat, right? So that's just to have high speed internet. Then you can choose and pick which service that you want. So if you want ESPN, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, TV.com, then it's going to be additional $10. If you're a person that likes to listen to online music, Last.fm, Pandora, Napster, Spotify, iTunes, that'll be another additional $10. If you are a person that uses PayPal, Newegg, Skype, eBay, Overstock, Amazon.com, that's going to be an additional $5. Also, there's a recharge fee of $5 if you are into politics or just like watching the news, especially like I'm definitely am. It's like Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, Wall Street Journal, things like that. That's an additional $5. Just to look at websites. Yahoo search.
Mega, did you say Overstock.com? They've been dead for like 7 years.
This shit's starting to sound like loot crates for
man. I'm just giving you guys hold on. YouTube search, Bing, YouTube, Flickr, Ask, Google. These are search engines.
My man, my boy Enrique in the chat there, he was telling us about Comcast. I believe this was like 2013, 2014. Yeah. Don't you remember when they Comcast throttled Netflix?
Right.
They slowed them down. Paid a fee. Paid them to stop throttling them. That's the kind of shit that will go on.
And that's why
net neutrality. Y'all don't understand it. They already doing it. They already doing it now.
Right.
But now, how many? I got a bunch.
Well, not to this level. See, okay, they're starting it because they feel that this is about to get going. And if you guys remember, there was supposed to be a huge merger between Comcast and I can't remember the other company that was supposed to happen. Yeah, and they stopped it because it was going to be huge, and they were going to basically monopolize the market and just do what they wanted to do and just shut down. So I don't know, but hold on, let me get to Triple Cup because he didn't get to say anything. So what is your thoughts on this whole net neutrality situation? What is your thoughts, brother?
With me, I got it from a different angle. It ain't just about them throttling it like that. Let's say, for example, let's say Kmega, like you got your podcast you do, and I'm just using it for example, like Fonzie, you got your podcast. What they could do is throttle it down. Well, your podcast is pushing out more gigabytes than his. Well, you can actually have when you're watching let's say Kmega podcast, it'll play out good and they'll play and you can see everything and it don't buffer. Now, then when you go to Fonzie podcast, it's just gonna buffer because they bottlenecking his because he ain't, because of the money situation and the net neutrality is to make everybody get the same amount of data pumping through anything that you own. So if you got Netflix, Hulu, whatever, YouTube is out, Facebook, Instagram is out punching out the max amount of data. But when you without that, they can have it we trying to monopolize. We gonna slow down Facebook so Instagram could start popping or Twitter could start jumping out. Right. And now we got because now people, people like, okay, if I'm watching something and it's buffering all the time, it's gonna get frustrating. So you're gonna stop going to this site. You're gonna go to the sites that's playing smooth and stuff like that. So now it's gonna affect you as an individual because let's say if you're watching YouTube with the stuff you want to watch, you might be kind of forced to go into a certain direction because of the quality. Because of quality. The quality will bring a lot of stuff out of a viewer and keep you from watching what you want to watch and how you want to watch it.
Yep. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
And what they'll do is they'll end up those companies that are getting throttled will end up paying Comcast or whoever ISP they're on, and then that will trickle down to us, the customer. We will have to pay it. So that's the problem here. All these issues, man, people need to speak up because this is really, really bad. I mean, forget fanboy bullshit with the plastic boxes. Forget video games for right now. We need to speak up about this.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So, LiveWire, before everybody else just interjects and tell us how they feel. Well, I guess I got to go back to 100 after that too, as well. But you, LiveWire, what is your thoughts on this whole net neutrality situation?
Man, it's messed up, man. It's all about, to me, it's about controlling information as well, you know, because based on how much somebody has to pay for.
Just because of that, the way you just started that.
No, I was going to deep thought about it because I try to choose my words wisely on certain things. But what I'm saying is that what you're looking at is controlling of information. Like, I mean, as one aspect of it, because net neutrality is like, you know, all about rules. When you have no rules, you have chaos. And then whoever, you know, whoever the service provider is, they can charge for what, you know, for whatever they want. And the people that get affected are the people at the bottom. So consumers and small businesses. So if you have a small business and you're trying to get popping on the internet, it's going to be hard as shit to get that shit up because you don't know what they're going to charge you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand how come people
or they'll slow you
realize this
down.
is bad though.
Yeah, that's so. And see, a bigger company can pay for, like, so they were talking about, like, the more customers you get, the more money you have to pay for that, for the flow of customers coming in. That shit, I mean, that shit is going to, you know, reduce your growth because who knows how much that costs.
It's gonna be a pay to win.
Like, what if somebody clicks on your site 10 times and it's like for every 10 times somebody clicks on your site, you got to pay $1, but that's one person. You know what I mean? Like, that shit add up. What if they don't? What if they never buy anything? That shit's crazy.
It's going to hurt gaming. I don't understand why would they think? Well, of course they would make bukus of money just because there will be people that much as they love
worried about, because you can't even fucking pay. You can't even afford to be online. Let alone like gaming would be the last thing you worried about. Be like, yo, I'm trying to feed my family. I ain't worried about if I can play Call of Duty. Like,
it definitely hurt gaming, and there's 500 companies that have came against this and said, look, this is not right. This is not right for people out here that's already paying, you know, crazy amounts of money to get the best service that they can get. And so 100, I know that I heard you and I thought you was already interjecting, but what is your thoughts on all of this, man?
I got another view too off of it. Because a lot of people, if they do. Okay, back in the day, about a few years back, people was getting complained. I know people, especially if you had Cox or something, takes to even pirate a movie just on GP, couldn't afford to go up on the side to pirate it, right? He will get a message from Cox telling him if he goes on that site again that they're going to either throttle him down or cut his internet off. You're gonna get suspended for a couple of days. When you do that, you're going through my packages. So when that vote went in for like everything gonna be neutral, that stopped these ISPs from going through your packages. See, a lot of times if since a lot of these ISPs were selling, say you kept on going to YouTube, this person keep on coming over here, and so you're going through my personal information. But then you open it up to the government.
They still do it. They
do it on the under. They ain't doing it. They ain't doing it in general. And like how they already doing it, like people getting data cap. Ain't no way in blue hell that got better internet than us. I hear people in Canada clown us when we pay for internet, and their internet is strong. Their internet is strong, and they got just as much as people that lives up there that live down there have live down here. Come on now,
we about the quality.
Right.
So when these like you were saying, these congressmen, these senators, and all that, they getting this under the table money to do this. So that's the whole thing. Money talks, and BS is finna walk, and it's gonna do it. But what people don't have to do is, like, I have an ISP. They already sent me an email saying they're never going. You don't get the same quality for the same price. You might have to go into a smaller ISP. That's willing, what I'm saying?
Because think about this: without net neutrality, you could be looking at some shit like North Korea. You only watch what they let you watch.
Right. That's a part of that control. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, they can't stop what you watch, but they can make it so horrible you don't want to watch it, or it's unwatchable.
But one difference, because this certain states got different taxes.
When it comes to whether it's cable, internet, your cell phone bills, is that we already get charged like through the freaking roof for our services. Like, what would you say is your average cell phone bill? How much would you say the average across the providers is for you to have a cell phone with a decent plan in the States?
Probably like $60.
Nah,
50.
you know,
70, about 75 to
No.
about 75
No.
to 80.
Well, now
No,
it's
no, it
like
depends.
50,
If it's
but
Verizon,
I got Verizon. So
I say because the average cell phone bill up here is about $80. I think the average just to get straight up cable, like say base cable, is about $50, and that's virtually with no channels. Like up here, we've always been paying a lot more than other countries that get a lot of services for much cheaper. So I don't know, they're already making an arm and a leg up here. Other countries have already identified Canadian services being well overpriced, so it might not be as severe. But then again, mind you, we have a massive country, if people didn't know that, which is bigger than hundreds of countries put into it combined. So like trying to put those fiber optic lines and all these services in a lot of areas are so remote, it's costing the companies like billions of dollars just to outline the smaller communities and stuff,
Right.
All
And go ahead, Dragons. Go ahead, Lemon.
I got a point I want to bring to y'all. Let's just realize this. I live in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
The internet that I have is amazing. I pay $40 for it. I got 300 down, 150 up. Now, being on live for 15 years, I got boys that, all over the country, different parts of the world. Some prices, there is no neutrality because some prices in different states, my boys in Virginia, to get 50 megs download and 2 megs up, he's paying $120. And then you got somebody in San Francisco on Comcast paying $40 for something like I'm paying for. Then you go to Texas, you got somebody paying for what he's paying for in San Francisco for $100. So I still don't believe there's no neutrality because these companies per state are doing what the hell they want to do anyway.
Well, they can still charge the price that they want to charge. That's not the issue. It's the fast lane issue. It's the throttling, all this shit that's really going to add to this.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right,
now,
I'm getting monopolized.
What I'm saying is, look at the difference.
Yeah, no. I see
connection speeds
but the
compared to price.
Yeah, the
They
issue
still doing
there.
it.
Yeah, but the issue there, it comes down to what kind of broadband you have in your area. Do you have Cat 5 cable? Do you have
Right? It's still if you go back to the OG Xbox, when OG Xbox came up, DSL was popping.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the facts, though, Dragon, we have, we're only 17th in all of the world when it comes to internet technology. Like we are 17th. We are behind.
You know who's number one?
Yeah, Hong Kong. Hong Kong is number one.
Yes.
You know who's above us? Uruguay. Uruguay's above us.
Yes.
Man,
they don't serve the amount of people
that
Sudan
got a better internet than us.
But what I'm saying is they have a better connection than the majority of the United States.
Yeah.
Not certain areas. What I'm saying is they've been monopolizing the market. And they have
monopolies. Yes. What? Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T are the three biggest monopolizers in this area for years now.
And Spectrum now,
and when you deal with it on that factor, and they're gonna make the situation worse. Like I said, when Microsoft came out and said we're doing broadband only, we're not doing DSL, everybody was like, "What are you doing? Nobody's gonna have that." They said this is the future. So when the company started picking up, okay, these dudes was right because the OG Xbox didn't have DSL. I remember the time when I was beta testing, all my boys had DSL. I was the only one with Cablevision.
Yep. But see, these monopolies, they want their cake and eat it too.
Right.
They want this neutrality to go so they can just screw us to hell.
They've been screwing us.
Well, no, but hold on, but they are though, Lemon. But this is the thing, and I'll let you say what you're going to say, Triple Cup. But the one thing that you're not thinking about is we're paying just one flat fee. We're paying for one flat fee. Now, what they're trying to implement is that every ISP can charge you whatever they want. And so what the other companies will try to do is say, well, we got a bundle package for you. We can give you a bundle package for $50. or for $60, and you can get like maybe 150 to 200 ISPs added on your subscription for 12 months, and then after that 12 months, they can raise whatever the price that they want to on you. And the sad thing about it is that for the little companies that's trying to get out there, like LiveWire was saying, they're done. And there's no competition because they have monopolized the area. So, Triple Cup, what was you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, mine was pretty much something similar to what you were saying, but it was more like when you have, let's say, for example, you know, some people, they got, let's say a cell phone bill, you got like 5 or 8 gigabytes of high speed. Then after that, it dropped down to low speed. Now, just take for example, if it could be like you watching something, and then when you switch to something else, it drops to that low speed because that's all they be able to get to that certain site. But then you might go to something else and they go back up high. But the only way if they drop the national neutrality, the only way they could if they dropped it, the only way that could actually work if they had more competition. Now, if they had more competition, then it'd be cool for them not to have that because you were like, okay, you got like 5 or 6 different companies that's competing with each other. That's when competition is good, like how Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation is good for each other because they keep them thriving and keep pushing.
Government of Chucky.
They would have
they
to
got
have
him.
more.
The government almost got him.
Yeah, see, that was they would have to have more companies to say, okay, well, look, if you don't want to give me high speed on everything, I go to this other company. And then, you know what I'm saying? So they're competing with each other. But without that competition, the way they is right now, is everybody know when it comes to internet, it's a monopoly. I mean, that's the only thing that I know that's really a true monopoly that's all around the board. I mean, you only have like 1 or 2 choices no matter where you at. I mean, I can't speak around the world, but at least I know in the United States, you only have 1 or 2 choices, or maybe 3 about your internet. So it's a monopoly. You can't really just say, I don't like you, I'm going to go to here because I think they offer me something better. I mean, you kind of like, excuse my language, but you pretty much fucked anywhere you go as of right now. So if they drop it, we're going to be fucked even more unless they had more competition. So that's what we actually really need.
Yeah. And really it can, and before we, you know what I'm saying, we'll get to the next topic, but the one thing that I fear the most is that for people that are into online gaming, it's gonna hamper them so much because it gets to a point to where you decide what's more important, me taking care of my family, me take care of my bills, or me gaming. And then there again, we have a dilemma to where you know, like you were saying earlier, where Xbox is seeing where the future lies, but it's only going to keep up with. It's going to only be good for the people that can afford that, and for people out there that's catering to, you know, that's like online gaming. Then that's going to push them into another situation where they're just going to say, hey, look, I'd rather just get a PlayStation or a Nintendo because I don't have to worry about internet play. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bad situation all the way around. And I
don't think that works because to me, all these companies are going to go, they're going for the, what you call it, paid as a service, right? So if this shit goes down, Microsoft's going to suffer. Sony's going to suffer.
PSN, Xbox Live,
that shit is all going to be
done. There will be
Steam will be worthless. Like, I'm just saying, man.
PSN for no.
Yeah, but
I got to pay extra for anything else.
Yeah, but Meg, I thought about this. Chuck came to a nice little point. I think it's going to probably may even turn into how we got with cell phones. I got T-Mobile. I got unlimited everything, right? But to a certain extent, I can get throttled down unless, like, I don't get throttled down from YouTube if I'm in this Bing package. So I think it's going to be more like a cell phone thing because they can make more money. So if you want, you know, what every time we see on TV, Verizon say, oh, we got unlimited. They're going to give you unlimited. But if you go to a certain tier, so say you do, they say, okay, after 100 gigabytes, we throttling you down. But if you go watch Netflix, you don't get throttled down because you paid for something. That's what I'm thinking. They're gonna go to the cell phone model because the cell phone model is making money.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's still a lot of money to ask for consumers to pay for just for entertainment when it was free for however long we've been dealing with the internet. That's where the prop that is wrong. So anyway, let's move on to the next topic. It's very informative, and I love to hear what you. I'm glad to hear that, and people in the chat, you know, keep expressing your feelings about that. But really, what you can do if you really don't want net neutrality to go away. You gotta
Good ass topic.
Gotta vote. So anyway, man, let's get to the next topic. All right. I'm gonna go back to the second topic, but I'm gonna go to Playground Games working on an open world action game that is rumored to be exclusive to the Xbox brand. So now the question that I'm gonna ask you, Delilah, is do you think what kind of game do you think? Well, it's gonna be an RPG, but is this going to hamper on Horizon 4? Are you excited about this, or what is your stance on all of this? Hearing this coming out,
I'm always excited about a potential new game, especially on my preferred platform. I think with it being Playground Games, they're very talented. I trust what they're able to do with like physics, given just off their previous titles. So I definitely think that whatever they decide to make is going to be decent. I believe they have a pretty large team, so I don't think they're going to be hampered down by the fact that with the Horizon, being able to still bring out another Horizon, because if you think about a racing game, the infrastructure for a racing game is pretty much, it's must repeat, it's just going around a track and, in motion. So it's not really too much you have to do with that. But when you talk about an RPG or an action game, it's more involved. So I'm definitely excited about what they're planning or are going to be potentially doing. So yeah, I think regardless, I don't know if it's going to be exclusive to the platform. I mean, I'd be surprised if it is. Of course, I'll welcome it. But it just makes you kind of wonder how far off is this game. If they're still kind of like looking for developers and things like that. So I think we got probably a ways to go before we really truly see what it is, if we see what it is. So.
Okay. All right. 108 Dragons. Okay. What do you feel about this? Do you feel from the rumor that it's supposed to be exclusive, this open world RPG, are you excited about it? Are you a little bit skeptical? Are you worried about if they're going to actually bring out Horizon Zero 4? Oh, well, Horizon Zero. My goodness. Horizon 4 next year? Yeah, I got it all mixed up. Anyway, so are they going to, you think they might delay it? Would it be good for them to delay it? What is your thoughts on all of this? Okay, well, see, that's all right. I just don't have anything to say about it. All right. Okay, Noof.
All right. Well, I'm still here. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Personally, I'm a little bit skeptical, but here's the deal, right? As far as I can recall, I do believe they expanded that team, so it was actually almost a second team that is working on this, probably with the help of the initial team. And like Delilah said, I mean, the engine for Forza Horizon's been in place for a couple of years. They just expand on it at this point. They just have to update the car models. A lot of the resources are already there, which means putting together Forza Horizon 4 is going to be a heck of a lot easier than it was in the past. It doesn't make it any less difficult, but it should be a little bit of a quicker process. I still expect that game to ship on time and probably will be another fantastic game. But I mean, can it top number 3? Who knows? Because number 3 was just absolutely almost as good as it gets. But with saying that, I'm a little bit skeptical because I don't know what their pedigree is when it comes to building an open world RPG, that sort of thing. But I'm confident that they're talented enough studio. They've got enough resources. They got the backing of Microsoft probably one way or another. That I'm excited. But, as far as it being exclusive, I haven't heard anything about that. Personally, it doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. If it goes multi-plat, good for the studio. They get a chance to sell more games. More people get to play it, that sort of thing. But at the same time, there's a little part of me that knows that Microsoft's got some major catching up to do, and it probably wouldn't do them no harm to actually get it signed or get some sort of exclusive deal on it, because they are lacking in that department. So we'll see where it goes, and I guess we'll know a little bit more as we get a little bit closer to E3.
All right, yeah, well said. All right, what about you, Triple Cup Chuck? What is your thoughts on this?
I mean, me personally, it's kind of hard to just say like what they should or shouldn't come out with, but I'm a person. I mean, I'm not a selfish person, so if it came out on a PlayStation 2 as well, you know what I'm saying? I'm more for the developer to make the money that they was gonna make. So I ain't really had no dog in this fight. You know what I'm saying? As long as they be able to put out a good game and be able to continue on putting out stuff and making more sequels and make quality stuff. That's more what my aspect of all things. As long as I know I could be able to play it, I'm good. You know, so now I don't, you know, to me it don't really bother me. I never was a person that was concerned about exclusives.
Okay, all right, cool. What about you, 100? Where are you at on this?
Shoot. We already heard about it already, but you know, I heard they got some good talent they got over there. I guess some people that worked on Metal Gear Solid. You know, I don't know all these developers' names and I don't know who produced it. I don't know who wrote the songs. But what I heard from other, you know, saying YouTubers listening today that they got some good talent. They got a bigger space now. You know, so Horizon shouldn't even be worrying about her. That's been in the making. So I wouldn't worry about Horizon. I know people are hyped. It's supposed to be a screenshot. It might be a Tokyo drift. You in Tokyo, and you know, saying you're doing donuts and stuff like that. That's why I'm more excited about. You know, I don't see this game coming out no time soon. Y'all, you guys like want these damn teasers? Go and give them a teaser so they can shut the hell up. I don't like being teased. That's why I go to the strip club because I don't want to be teased. So,
oh no.
I don't want to be teased.
You don't go to the strip club because you be too drunk. You can't find your ass there.
Oh no. Anyway, well, right. So basically, yeah. Go ahead, 100.
I mean, it's good. It's good to be hyped. People can be hyped about it, but keep your expectations in check. They got Microsoft do not own Playground. They got a good relationship with them. And thing about it is, people want Microsoft to buy all these studios, but Microsoft is good for outsourcing a whole lot of stuff. When they go Halo, what they do, they go to run the Blur. Get out. They don't own Blur. So maybe they have some up their sleeve, like, hey, look like Battlegrounds. They might can do just like Battlegrounds, like, hey, bring it on our joint first. You know we're gonna take care of you. We've been taking care of you for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, next 2-3 vacations on us, your whole squad. It's a whole lot of them interchangeable deals that can happen. They just don't have to just go buy a Playground. Playground may don't want to be bought. People don't understand. Everybody don't want to be bought. A lot of people like to be independent developers.
That's true. That's true. And you know, it's like, as I've been saying for a million times, that, you know, if 343 wants to do something different than Halo, then okay, by all means, Microsoft should let them do it. But if they don't want to, then don't force them to. You know what I'm saying? If they feel comfortable in their skin just making nothing but Halo, then by all means let them do that. So the whole situation with Playground Games, for me, I'm all for it. If they want to do something brand new, something that's out there element, and want to show their talents, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I personally would like it to be an exclusive. So what do you think about this, LiveWire? Where are you at on this topic?
What's this topic again?
Oh no! What?
Yo,
Man, I thought
I'm keeping 100 with you. You talk so long about, I don't even know what the fuck you just said right now, man.
What?
I ain't gonna lie, man.
What?
I'm fucking with you. Damn, calm down. No. But anyway, with Playground Games, don't hate.
I'm sorry.
Sound effects over here, so I gotta
eat that tuna.
All right. So anyway, number one, you're gonna get. It's not gonna affect Horizon in the least because they have a completely separate team working on that shit. So whoever's doing Horizon is fine. So don't worry about that. Number two, they got a lot of, you know, they getting all these people from Grand Theft Auto and Metal Gear Solid. So, you know, they putting together a solid team. But like Bone said, you ain't gonna see nothing from them in a minute. So it's really just all about waiting. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a game that has something to do with driving, but maybe not. Who knows? Oh, duh. But yeah, man.
Driving Miss Daisy, the open world game.
No, I would hope not. That would be
the Need for Speed edition.
Oh God.
That would be some boring shit.
I'll fuck with it. Driving Miss Davis with Need for Speed or Elements with the Forza.
Mad at you. I'm so mad at you right now. No.
Yeah, it'd be like an open world crazy taxi game, right? Where you got to fucking scare the crap out of her or something.
Somebody pull a chair on a Snow Living Soldier, Master P.
Oh, my bad.
Slim.
Done. I had to take a potty break. thought live was gonna go a little longer. Anyway.
No. I'll tell you.
All right, cool.
Trying to get my crew
Wrap
together,
that shit
yo.
up 30
Yo,
seconds.
Kmega, hold up, real quick. Kmega, did you fill out the insider shit for Sea of Thieves, man?
I didn't see it.
Motherfucker, I sent the shit to you.
When did
you
you send it to me?
Hey,
I
you gotta
did.
be in the
On
inside
Twitter.
program.
Yo, Bone, did I not send it to that motherfucker?
Hey, don't you gotta be in the inside program for that, though, huh?
I've been in the
No.
I,
Oh, I'm
I,
inside
still in
program.
this fight
Okay,
me.
so-
I'm mad.
I sent it out this morning.
When does it do? When does it do?
Tonight, motherfucker. What are you doing?
Oh, so I messed it up
You
again.
shouldn't we be on top?
Yeah, we trying to get you on top.
Okay, let's stay on top.
I'm trying to play the shit later, and this
Okay.
motherfucker always like, I ain't got it.
Well, I don't have it, but let's get it.
You ain't got it because I told you where the fuck it was.
Okay, all right.
No, we ain't got needles.
I
we ain't
missed-
got needles, so we three
All right,
dead.
so
Well, he deep on you to the Sea of Thieves.
That's cool. That's cool. We got.
are you done? Are you done? Live.
Okay, nigga.
Okay. All right. Fonzarelli, what do you think about this? And also, the added piece of, do you think that this game should be exclusive? That's one of the things that everybody can interject once everybody's done.
Yeah. I think it should be exclusive. However, I don't think it's going to be exclusive. This has multi-plat written all over it. They're getting devs from other companies to come in and build this game that Microsoft is not backing at this point. We have to be clear on that. They are not backing this game. This is completely Playground Games and their thing they're doing. Matter of fact, I've heard rumors that they've actually went to Phil before and asked for an exclusive game, a different type of game, and Phil said no. This might be that game. So, and if the track record that is, or the trend that's going on right now with Microsoft is to be correct, I don't think this is going to be an exclusive game. I don't think they'd like to take chances anymore with new IPs. I think this is going to be a multi-plat. I wish it weren't, because this would be excellent for the brand, but I don't think it's going to happen, guys.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
So
Barnes the one said it wasn't. We covered our ass.
yeah. So all right. What about what about
might not have enough room for like before. They might already have a couple RPGs.
No, they don't.
Or what, they got Sea of Thieves? Come on now.
No,
Come
what I'm
on.
saying is the games that we
They
haven't
got an
seen
RPG.
yet. Like, what if they got like 4 RPGs coming out, and then there's just another one? We don't know.
Well, that's
Or
fine.
double
I
A.
mean, the more the better. The more options, the better. They should be.
Kmega.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds well and good, but if you already put some money up for something else, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna put more money up.
Somebody keep putting money up for exclusives that don't sell.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but I put this. My thing is, this is what I love
They're not putting money up for that
about
shit. They're just
Microsoft.
getting them. That's
Oh,
different.
well,
This is what I like about Microsoft. They don't show. I'm a poker player. I gotta play that shit tonight. I'm gonna put it this way. I don't want to show my hand. I don't want to give you no glimpse. You know what I'm saying? I see people saying, well, Fonz, you said Phil said no, and they was talking about it. How do we know Phil say no? I ain't got it on record. I ain't got it on wax. I ain't got no sources. And a lot of guys that say they got sources really ain't got no sources. This is something that.
But here's the thing.
Somebody say, somebody else say.
You're right about that. You're right, but at the same time, when you take the proof in the pudding sort of thing, you have to look at track records, interviews, and everything that's being conducted as of yet, and trends that are going on within companies.
But you know they have a publicist right there.
Yeah.
But you know they got a publicist
Right now,
right
the
there
trend
telling them what they
is-
can say,
But
and what they
right
can't say.
now,
What happened to
100.
old boy from Wichita?
100. Right now, the trend.
Oh,
Yeah, but this is my other thought though. Everybody wants it to be exclusive, but what if they're saying they want to keep the IP?
right. Okay. Well, we'll let everybody else interject.
Because then
Yeah,
that's an issue in itself.
Right now, we've got a trend where we're seeing Microsoft going down. They're looking at more just going down the safe lane, so to speak. They've got a bunch of AA's coming out, indies, and they've got their solid titles that they have in the works with Halo 6 and their Gears franchise and stuff. And I don't think they're going to delve too much far away from that. I don't think they're really going to stray far from that. I think.
But don't Nintendo do the same thing?
We might see a big AAA IP come out, but I don't think it'll be out for another year and a half, 2 years maybe for Microsoft. But I don't think this is the one. I think this here is a multi-plat for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
All right. 108. What is your thoughts on this?
Great studio. Horizon series is dope. I don't know what it is, and I hate speculating without having facts, or because they hide guns, man. And if you look at the games that they hide from, the Grand Theft Autos of the world, listen, those are the games that Grand Theft Auto is the master of open world games. You got people that dabble in it, Watch Dogs, and even Assassin's Creed. The latest Assassin's Creed, Black Flag and Unity, was the truth. But when you go out there and get the Grand Theft Auto dudes to help you, it's got to be a real vast game, because at the end of the day, we know that's the kingpin of open world games. You know what I'm saying? I don't play open world games. I don't like them because I think you're just all over the place. But you got 75 million people, can't be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's exclusive or not. Microsoft need more exclusives. They need to dive into first party and buy some of these companies. I think that's.
You know what? I don't understand when people say that Microsoft need more exclusives. They got a ton of IPs.
No. They got a ton of IPs, sis. But they gotta. Listen. I'm an IP dude. I buy every system for the main IPs. Third party, I always play.
They don't need any new IPs. I think they need to take advantage of the ones they got. That's how I look at it.
I think.
But don't Nintendo do the same thing? Nintendo. What? Only thing you got is some squirting guns with Splatoon. That's new.
No.
What else is really new?
All I'm saying,
or rehash. They can get away with it.
You know what though? We're not talking. But here's the thing: we're not talking about any other company.
Right.
We're talking about Microsoft and the issues they got going on right now.
Nintendo has the same issues and they don't get thrashed.
I'm not thrashing them. I'm not thrashing them.
But they say people saying they need more exclusives. They say they need exclusives.
They do need exclusives, but come on.
But they have exclusives, like you say.
But they also need exclusives that people really want. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but next year's exclusives that are coming so far that we know about are not exactly floating my boat.
Okay.
Let's be totally honest. Microsoft themselves, do they need exclusive to be profitable? No, they don't need fucking exclusives to be profitable. But if you're going to ask a gamer if they want them to have good new IPs exclusively, yes, of course, most gamers would like that. But no, they don't need them, and that's why I think Microsoft isn't really pining at trying to take gambles and risks on new IPs, because they don't really need it to be profitable. That is the God's honest truth, guys. I mean,
they got 3 big guns that Sony don't have. $3 billion franchises apiece.
Really 4.
I'm not counting Minecraft because that was a purchase. I'm talking about from ground up. You know what Minecraft is doing? That's a monster.
Microsoft can nurture the IPs.
But you got to say,
they
I don't
nurtured.
think Gears of War was like that either.
Exactly, they nurtured those IPs.
War is $1 billion franchise.
They made it to $1 billion. They was there day one.
Halo is $1 billion franchise, and the Forza is $1 billion franchise. What I'm saying is, and as an Xbox fan, those are the games you want to see from me. I'm a God of War fan, and next year will be year 5. We're getting our first iteration on the PlayStation 4 console.
Oh well, hold on before anybody else interjects. I want to give a big shout out to Cyrus Burke for donating to the podcast. Appreciate it. And he has a question. It's actually one of the topics that we're going to be talking about, so we'll get to it, Cyrus. So don't worry about it.
So what I'm saying is, I don't think Microsoft needs it, because you got games like Nier Automata is struggling to hit 1 million. Neo, even though they're not exclusives, they're just not on Xbox. They're struggling. You understand? Yeah. Knack, struggling. Gran Turismo, struggling. I mean, just to have exclusives and say you have them and they don't sell don't mean nothing. Because Record didn't do well, but it's a good game. Quantum Break was a solid story game. It didn't do numbers. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is just the variety to say, well, I can get this game on this system. That's what matters. That's what they're doing on PlayStation side.
But you know the common denominator, though? Record, single player. Quantum Break, single player. All these games are single player, same as the PlayStation. The only reason Uncharted, the biggest reason Uncharted, yes, because it's a well-known franchise, but Uncharted 4 also came bundled
Yes.
PlayStations,
I'm
which
glad you
sold
said
a
that.
ton of units. So
And
that
that
is the
doesn't
common
count.
denominator. This is where Phil goes, right? He wants exclusives. We want exclusives. But the thing is, when Microsoft weighs out an exclusive, they want something that is going to have legs, that is going to make them money
No,
long after the stink of the
that's
new
where the
cartridge wears
microtransactions
off.
come in. That's why these
What?
other companies. That's why the other companies are doing microtransactions because
Exactly.
they can't get that long distance money. But what I'm saying is, the games you mentioned is proper. Uncharted 4, 8.4 million. But the other day I had to bring one of the big managers in GameStop and tell him, what's your highest traded in game? Uncharted 4. Because everybody who bought the system didn't buy it for Uncharted 4. They bought it because it was a bundle and it was cheap as hell. And it came with Uncharted 4. First thing they did was trade it in. This
And
is
Uncharted
the most
actually has a multiplayer, which is fairly populated.
But no. It's 1,000 people a day.
Yeah, the
1,000.
multiplayer on Uncharted 4 is not. It's not that. Now,
it's
now,
bad.
if you were saying
That's
Last of
almost
Us,
all
that's
breaking
different. There's still people that still play Last of Us multiplayer.
But what I'm saying is, both of them is about 1,000. That's
Right.
Halo got like 1 million people a day playing. Rainbow Six, third-party company, 1 million people playing. PUBG, 2 million people playing a day. It's not in that category. You can go online Uncharted right now. There's 1,000 people playing, maybe 1,500 out of 8.4 million. That's nothing to talk about. But you still need that exclusive to give you, I guess, to give a fanboy fire to talk about.
Right. Yeah, but and that's the thing. Yeah, and that's the thing, Lemon. I really don't like talking about sales unless it's in a positive situation, because what it brings out the nastiness of what the console war is really all about. Like, look, I mean, a good game is a good game. Like I say, Recore is a good game. You should go ahead and you should play that. Another game that me and Don talked about on Dev and the Gamer just the other day was Hellblade. You see all of these. This is the one thing that really frustrates me, because you'll have all these lists of games that PlayStation fans will talk about. We got all these exclusive, and you got one hell of a great exclusive. It's a third-party exclusive, but Hellblade is amazing for what it is, and you would think that that's right up PlayStation fans' alley. And it didn't even break 300,000 on a console that has over 65 million users. That's abysmal. That's horrible. So that's why it's like I don't even like talking about the sales numbers. But
time for some of these PlayStation users to stop watching Pornhub and play some games instead.
They're gonna without no net neutrality, their ass is gonna get charged for porn, so they might as well go ahead and buy Hellblade anyway. So
listen, my biggest thing is, I tell people all the time, the difference between PlayStation people and Xbox people is the PlayStation community don't have a dedicated Sony first-party game online. In the top, you can't say top 10 because it's the top 13 on Xbox. And if you take away the 3 that I'm going to mention, the same top 10 that's on Xbox is the same top 10 as PlayStation. Outside of those top 10, we're talking about Rainbow Six, NBA, Madden, FIFA, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Those are the top 10 games. Microsoft also in that top 10 got Halo, Forza, and Gears. Played online every day. Right. Sony don't have a first-party presence online, played, or single-party played. But they yell, we got exclusives. There's no way you got Halo 5 is over 15 million sold. Over 15 million. And Horizon Zero Dawn, you got PlayStation people saying it's boring. That game is amazing. It's a story-based driven action open world game. But they don't appreciate that. You understand? They want to play Call of Duty and Battlefield all day over the first party game. Because it's online.
And that part is true. So let's go on to the next topic. Let's get to it. We were just talking about what somebody was asking us, Cyrus Burt, and which was about the Black Friday sale. and how PlayStation has had that $199 PlayStation, and it is sold out everywhere, Jack. It's sold like hot cakes. And of course, the big discussion is the MPDs. Again, like I said, I don't even like talking about sales numbers, but the one thing that I want to hear from the panel is your thoughts on the PlayStation selling that well over Black Friday with having a fantastic sale. Plus, the Xbox had a really good sale as well for the Xbox One S for $189, and they had the Xbox One Fat for $149. And you haven't heard anything. You haven't heard jack squat about either one selling at all. So I'm gonna go to Fonzarelli first. What is your thoughts about this $199 PlayStation that's sold off the chain? And what do you think? Are they going to win NPD?
Yeah, of course. I thought they would win NPD months ago. Even before all these deals and everything have come out for Black Friday. I just felt that, you know, with what people were going for this gen, which is the PlayStation 4, that it only made sense that it would keep selling, and especially with the slim model being as cheap as it is. Yeah, I figured they'd win.
Okay, all right, cool. So I'm gonna go to you, Doof. What is your thoughts about this? I mean, $199, and I got a second. I got for everybody once we get everybody done with this. So what is your thoughts about this $199 price?
Well, it doesn't really come as a surprise. I think the biggest surprise is kind of like, who doesn't own a PlayStation by now? Which, you know, with so many sold, you'd be like, how many more can they sell? But with saying that, you know, the surprise is that Nintendo, because honestly, they've been running away with it for the last almost since the Switch basically came out. But here's the deal: Nintendo also didn't really have many deals for this Black Friday. I don't know if what you guys saw in your neck of the woods.
That's what we were going to talk about.
Squat up here. The games weren't reduced. The system wasn't reduced. Maybe it came with the game in the box, but it still was running at full price. You know, if I walk into, say, my EB right today, you can get the PS4 NBA 2K bundle for $279. That's Canadian. And, you know, the Switch is still selling at $399. We've got the Xbox One S at $229. I was in the store today. It looked like there was plenty of S's being sold. There was a few PS4s being sold as well. So it's nice to see both consoles looking like they're doing relatively well. But it doesn't shock me. I mean, the PS4 is a powerhouse at $199. I mean, it's almost a no-brainer if you don't have one, or maybe you're picking up a second one for another bedroom or a gift for somebody. It's just a no-brainer. Like, I mean, you got to be happy for them regardless, because it's good for the industry to see consoles moving. But I really would like to know where Microsoft's numbers are. And like I said, Nintendo's not worried, because Nintendo's been doing well all year. They're going to lose like 1, maybe 2 months here, and then it's back to business, and the Switch will be just selling out again.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. What about you, Delilah? What is your thoughts about this? And do you think that PlayStation is going to overtake the MPDs, or you know, because they said, these pundits have said that the Xbox, it's going to be close. They said that the Xbox One X is sold tremendously, well over expectations, but the PlayStation has really sold really well, nowhere to be found for these slims. So what is your thoughts?
Well, in all honesty, I couldn't care less.
Thank you.
To be real with you, because my backlog is ridiculous. I'm trying to get these things.
Right.
I don't even care about no MPD or no game sales or no console sales or what people gonna be lining their pockets with. I'm not getting a chunk of any of that, so it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, good, fair enough. All right, what about you?
Same way.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I hate talking about MPDs. I think that's the stupidest thing, but it is one of those things to me that people like to hear about this. There's, you know, regardless on both sides.
Speculate. I get it. I understand. It's just not something that I'm big on. So.
Yeah, no, me neither. And so, what about you, 108? Where are you at on this, Lemon? What is your thought?
I don't care. Everything NPDs are bragging rights for meatheads. Like I always say, I could take up a PlayStation in a debate. I could talk about Xbox in a debate. I could never defend Nintendo in a debate because they be bugging. But NPDs mean nothing, man. It's bragging rights. And when I walk into a store, I don't say, "Damn, I got to get something new for my PlayStation." I always got the Exorcist head. My head is spinning because I'm buying stuff for all 3 consoles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that.
What about you, 100? Where are you at on this, man? I mean, the PlayStation has looked like it's selling. It looks like it might win the NPDs. You know, and
No, you asking this? You already know.
hey, man,
do you want the NPD? Until they start count digital sales, I don't want to hear it. It ain't happening no time soon. It's a strudel measures thing, man. I don't care about no NPDs. People sitting there. I'm tired of my brother in the Xbox Nation. You know what I'm saying? We're smart as hell, but we dumb at the same time because we wake up wondering about an NPD. A lot of people buy more digital. I bought my Black Friday was all digital. I don't like to go to the mall no more. I don't know if I don't know if I got a disorder or something. I don't like people bumping into me every 5 minutes not saying excuse me.
Well, we just proved in the last conversation you can win all the MPs you want. You can have 60 or 70 million consoles sold, and at the end of the day, a game like Hellblade, 500,000 copies in 3 months. Sure, that's a fantastic number, but it just goes to show.
I don't know how that shit happened, man.
You need a measuring stick, but your measuring stick.
You know why it happened? First of all, that game was not advertised properly.
But it was advertised as much as Cuphead was.
But
no, it wasn't.
When the review was
you had over 3 years of Cuphead hype.
Fonterelli's right about that. Fonterelli's right. But hold on.
I'm talking about the straight up commercials. It was advertised about the same.
But guys, let's let everybody talk and then we interject because look. You know what I'm saying? If this was if Lady was in this podcast, I would be getting a text right now. I'm going to cut you to the white meat, Mega. I better get my time. So, you know what I'm saying? Let people get their time first. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all interject. So go ahead, 100, finish.
Yeah. So like I say, NPD, man, people got to let that go. Don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. If you go buy this at a, you know how you got these specialties, like special stores for like high-end TVs. Like LA got a bunch of them, right? You go buy a TV from there. That don't count on an NPD. So we need to quit listening to one of your favorite YouTubers, whoever you use, and they want to bring up this NPD talk. Only people that know what sell are these companies. Sony's not letting their digital sales out. Microsoft ain't letting their digital sales out. Nintendo not. So leave the sales thing alone. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't really know what these games sell. I can't say. I really can't even say Hellblade really bombed. I didn't know who really did Hellblade come out. Did the people that made Hellblade say they only sold 500 grand? If they say it, I believe it.
They did. They said they broke even. Yeah, they're the ones that said
they say it. Okay, all right, I believe you. But when you say Horizon Zero Dawn flopped or Halo, what they say? Everybody said Gears of War 4 flopped, and I'm like, well, Gears of War flopped. Why everybody on Gears of War every night?
Gears sold well over 6 million.
I don't even like the multiplayer.
People still saying they sold 2 million. They sold well over 6 million.
But we don't know what Microsoft know, and what Microsoft does, and you see that Sony is taking that same perspective. They're going to talk about like, okay, this is a certain franchise now. So when Microsoft said Forza Horizon is a $1 billion franchise now, they're not telling you all the sales, but it's for you to go try to calculate it up. The only people that really know, if you're on the stockholders, you know how to read them damn numbers. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody give me one of them the stockholder breakdowns, and I thought I had to go back to school to be an accountant. Shout out to my man Blackie, Lebowski 8 on YouTube though, Mo. But trying to be an attorney. I actually had to bad, but he had to break it down. No, because them numbers is how they broke down. You can't figure out what game sale or not because they group it all together. So it's crazy.
All right. Well, Triple Cup, what is your thoughts on this, man? I mean, you know, it's.
I mean, with the NPD, it's
just overall. Just the PlayStation selling. The PlayStation sold out. The PlayStation Slim sold out everywhere. You know, Targets, GameStops, everywhere.
It was more Xbox selling than PlayStations. I went on Black Friday. You know, me personally, I ain't had nothing I was really getting. I got a couple of games, but you know, it wasn't nothing I was standing in line for. But I was seeing them selling. Everybody was in there getting Xboxes. They sold out of PlayStations, but they actually had more Xboxes they were selling than PlayStations. So they pretty much, well, from what I was saying, they were pretty much sold out of both of them because they at Walmart they were selling the Xbox for $189 and the PlayStation for $199. So that's $10 different. They were sold out there, sold out in Target. And you know what I'm saying? That's a good thing because the more people that buy it, the only thing I'm looking at is when you get your hands on Madden, I'm going to tear you up. Everybody, there's gonna be more competition, more people.
You've been ducking me.
Man, I ain't ducking nothing. I don't even know how to. I don't know how to push the down button. Everything up with me.
You've been
It'll
ducking.
show up when I shut your ass out 2-0.
Ooh,
Man, he found me without half sleep.
That's
man.
fine.
Oh.
Look, man, ain't nothing.
Give
I can't.
excuses.
I'm the greatest. I'm Ali in his bed.
I scored a safety, decided and started to eat and play defense the rest of the night.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, LiveWire, what is your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, sales are good. I mean, both are selling well. Both PlayStation had that sale early too. Was it a couple of days early?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So by the time Black Friday,
well, online,
if they already sold out,
yeah.
then that's not really a big shock. I mean, and then that's why the Xbox One S is selling well now, because it's it's number one, it has its sale at a lower price, and it's what's left, So
yeah, so all right.
I never thought that the X was going to come out and sell on Black Friday. That's not what it's
because they never dropped the price, right?
Well, it's not even that. It's just not people that were looking to make a sale ain't trying to pay full price for nothing. That's just crazy. That's why Nintendo's not going to sell the Wii. The Switch ain't going to sell like that, because it's still regular price. Now maybe here and there they might have a deal, but I didn't see nothing that was noteworthy.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing that, since everybody got a chance to speak on it, y'all could just jump in after I asked this question, and Noof brought it up a little bit, and that was Nintendo. That was really odd for me, because I was really, if anything, Nintendo was gonna go ahead and take care of November, just for the mere fact of, they had Mario coming out, and Mario got like 9s and 10s. You had it was at an affordable price at the time. You think that they would drop the price and they would just sell like gangbusters. I would think like a 290, what was it, like a 250 Switch, that it's gone. It's absolutely gone. But what do you guys think? What was Nintendo? Why Nintendo didn't capitalize on this? I mean, what was the deal?
I think, man, it's selling already. Why the hell they going? Sony ain't dropped their price of the PlayStation.
Yeah.
When it was selling like hotcakes.
Well, they dropped it to them, and there was places that they dropped. Well, there was places that they dropped the Pro even by $50. Not everywhere, but in some places.
But the Pro not selling like that. Why wouldn't they?
But Nintendo is an anomaly in this business, whether you want to believe it or not. I mean, I love Nintendo, don't get me wrong, but they are an anomaly. Like, they do stuff so backwards that no other company could get away with it. I mean, first of all, their online is next to like nothing. They have nothing that you can really chat with, like that's effective, like that's terrible, like the communication device. They built in 32 gigs on a hard drive in the console, which is going to give you like what? Most of the games you're buying now, you got to go out and buy a memory card just to put the damn game on the console. Like the list goes on, right? Like Nintendo has been doing things notoriously their own way, and they constantly sell regardless. They don't have any apps on their thing. You can't watch a movie. You can't surf the internet. You can't do anything but play a game, which is probably for the better. But I'm just saying, they constantly get away with doing everything opposite of the competition, and they get away with it. And I don't know how, but they do. It's just insanity.
Yeah, I think it's too early to say whether or not Nintendo, the Switch is going to be truly successful until they surpass the numbers of the Wii U, like completely.
That's not happening.
I think they've already gone past the Wii U numbers, haven't they?
No,
I think it's approaching it, but I don't know if they.
I think money wise, yes, but not by consoles. I think money wise, yes, by how much they make money off of it. But think about it: the grandma don't want a Switch. Well, but they wanted a Wii.
I said the Wii.
My dad got a Wii. My dad got a Wii. I go to the house like, "What you doing?" I'm playing Wii golf. We playing Tiger Hoods. I'm like, "You playing? You don't play no games. You bought me games, but you don't play them." But that got him to buy it. Went to the Radio Shack and bought it. That Switch is not. The Switch is really for the Nintendo. I mean, it's a portable device, and I don't consider it a console, even though you can throw it in the dock. I don't really consider it no console, because you're not. If it was a real console, you should be going neck and neck. Third parties just throwing their old games on there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like people say they want backwards compatible, but they go buy it on the Switch, and you can go play it on the console two consoles that you already probably own, and get a worse experience. I get, you know. I think they do more in Japan. I think it's more Japanish. They get away because more people in Japan is into the handheld game, and they selling like hotcakes over there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Let's get on because we, you know what I'm saying, we got to get start wrapping it up. But I'm going to ask the panel. Okay, did anybody participate in the Black Friday sales online, or did you go to the store? What games did you get? What was, you know, so what was a good bargain for you? Anybody can jump in. I don't, you know.
I participated in a 4K game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I bought 4K. I'm just saying, though. I got all the games. We ain't really that many games. Like I still got Wolfenstein. I ain't even played that shit yet.
I haven't jumped really deep into Wolfenstein yet.
Hey, I went and got that Injustice. I haven't got that.
You late.
It's pretty fun. I mean, it don't matter. I'm not the big on fighters like that. But you know, I said I wanted the game for the story, and I caught it on sale. And then with the Ninja Turtles, I was like, shit.
That's why you avoid me, because you know when the Rams go against them Saints, it's a fight.
Still up there for the Ninja Turtles. I do kind of like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I got 2K. Everybody was talking so much noise about it, so it kind of made me didn't want to purchase it. But then when I seen it for like $30, I was like, well, I just get it anyway. You know how like some people they just get the game every year. You know, Madden, 2K, Call of Duty. People just get it every year. I fall into that same category. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no better than nobody else because I do the same exact thing everybody do. They said they're not gonna do it next year and still do it. So I end up getting 2K. You know, nice deal. So I don't feel as bad as I do every year.
I give them a nice another $40, so they got 70 off of you. You start playing that My Player, and you're gonna go get the micro transactions.
Man,
I ain't paid that. Listen, I just play online here and there, bro.
I'm gonna make my person look like me, and I'm gonna go online. And if he can't shoot, oh fucking well.
Yeah, that's what it's really all about. I'm not worried about paying any extra. I'm just gonna play the game to pay.
Yeah.
So in whatever game, and one thing that I will tell the gamers out there, please stop game shaming people for the games that they buy. That's their money. They can do whatever they want to. Like when I heard people game shaming people for buying Battlefront 2, it's their money. If they want to buy it, let them buy it. It's no different than if people buy COD, if they buy Destiny, if they buy NBA 2K, if they buy Halo, whatever. It's their money. You know what I'm saying? If you're not paying for them to buy that, if you're not giving them the money to pay for that game, then you should have no right to get mad at them for what they purchase. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever they like. But anyway.
Wait, I have no right to be mad about what somebody purchased?
Well, no, absolutely not.
That sounds.
You know what I'm saying? Look, well, for everybody that's bought Persona, I'm not mad at them for buying Persona. You know, but look, I'm wanting to pull that trigger because they got Persona 5.
I should be allowed to get pissed off.
I wanted 25, but I might pull the trigger. I might pull the trigger.
You said it was?
It's Persona 5 is $30 on the PlayStation Network.
Damn, it's kind of expensive.
What'd you say, Delilah?
I get mad when I purchase my favorite cognac. Can't get mad.
Oh, you be on that hen dog in them yet?
Oh no, I'm on 38 tonight.
So anybody get any good deals? I mean, because there's plenty of them. Assassin's Creed.
I know my husband picked up Wolfenstein 2, and I picked up The Evil Within 2 because it was $30. So
yeah, I had to make that.
Resident Evil 7 was $30.
Also, Shadow of War was also.
Hey, I was gonna do some crazy. We was arguing about that the other night. I was gonna do some fugazi. I was gonna go do some fugazi. I was gonna ask Xbox. I need a refund.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Do you guys game share at all? Do you guys game share?
I game share with a high school buddy of mine.
I think that feature needs to be talked about more because it's awesome that like my husband can buy a game, I can buy a different game, we both can play it like anytime we want to. And I think a lot of people don't even know it can be done. And so I think that feature needs to be talked about more. I don't understand why Microsoft have all these features for their console and they don't really promote them as they should. So
yeah, I got and I had to give it up to my homeboy Bananas. That's his name on the on Xbox, on Joe Bananas. We game share, and like he'll tell me that he'll get something and I'll already have it, you know what I'm saying? And so So he went ahead and he bought like
It's
3
not one time
games.
for you, is it? It's like, well, one of you guys buy all the games.
Yeah, like I always be buying the games, but it's like, but he said, man, look, so he went ahead and bought those games outright before. It was 3 games, and I was like, oh man, that's cool. You know, he said, man, you always be buying the games. I tell you I'm going to get something, and you always get it. And I'm like, man, I don't be wasting no time, because I listened to you last year when you said something about Battlefield 1, and I was like, I said, it's on EA Access, man. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. And he slow played. I went ahead and bought it anyway. And so we bought 2 copies. Because I was like, man, I ain't waiting for you.
Man, you game
Yeah, but that thing can backfire on you, though. Yeah,
I know, right?
it backfire.
Yeah.
I just about my brother.
Yeah,
I
so
just found my brother this weekend. I guess
so
I said, you know what? My son said, Dad. He 11 years old said, Dad, why you don't game shit with me? I buy more games than Uncle. I said, you know what, son? We gonna do that. We gonna game shit. You do go buy games, but I said, you know what? If you gonna buy a game, we gonna kill that hard copy shit off.
Yeah, it's great to game share with somebody who doesn't play in the same genre, because like my husband, he buys all like the Maddens, the sports games usually, and some of the open world games that I'm not really that into. And so it's pretty cool because I get to try those games and like, you know, when I want to, just the fact that they're there for me to download. So yeah, be careful who you game share with though.
Be careful.
You were just saying, Kmega, not the game shame anyone, but I couldn't help it. I had to pick up NBA Live 2018. Is it 2018? Yeah, the new one. Yeah, NBA Live 2018. I picked that up because it was like $20, so I picked that up for the Xbox One. And Yakuza looked kind of really interesting. I heard lots of people praising that game earlier in the year, so I picked up Yakuza 0. That was like $40 EB, so that was pretty good. And I picked up this wired, like sort of like a limited edition Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild controller for my Switch, so I don't always have to use that sort of tacky one that comes with it. So that's kind of what I took advantage of. I'm not a big digital guy, so when the sales come on the stores, unless it's something that blows my socks completely off, I basically just like, I'll just get it at the store. But that's just me.
No, that's fine. I mean,
hey, Luke, can I tell you a true story? I got a bunch of games, right? I got told not to buy them, and I bought them anyway because it was on sale. Some of them games I wish I never did in my life. I got a game that traumatized me.
One Piece, the $90 version.
I ain't get One Piece. That was your ass. No, I got this game called something. What's that game I bought? The something of him or something. And I thought it was like a Tales.
Oh, Fragments of Him.
Fragments. Oh man, I have to read.
Go watch that stream, ladies and gentlemen, because he had his alcoholic, his adult beverages, and he found out that the main protagonist was a person that was homosexual, and after that you can enjoy.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, indeed. The future game. They had it on sale for like $6. I said, man, that ain't no money. I about to buy it, and I said, well, I'll wait. And I just prolonged myself. Then I found out today that that's gonna be with Games for Gold. I was like, yes, that's $6. I can put on something else.
Yeah.
No, I think it was $8.
Well, now I finally broke down, and because I said I was not going to buy Rocket League, or as Mooch call it, soccer cars, until it became $10 or less on the Xbox, because it was free on the PlayStation. I felt like it should have been free on the Xbox, but it was $10, so I went ahead and I bought that. I think that I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger for Persona 5 because it's $30. And I know I want it to be 25. If it was 25, it'd be I get it in a heartbeat. But $30, I'm still debating it. And I know that people are like, you just a hater, but no, and all the rest of the PlayStation games that I really want, I already have. So I've already Blaze Blue and then there's
okay, you gonna pay $30 for a game that wasn't you really don't care about like that? That's crazy, bro.
Well, I like the Persona series. I liked 4. I liked 3, and you know what I'm saying, the American version of 3. I did not like the Japanese version of 3.
That's the question. Do you like it like that? You like it like that? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying you like it like that.
Turn-based. I like turn-based RPGs, and it's one of the best.
All right. So if you liked it like that, why the hell didn't you buy it day one then?
Well, no, because I was not paying $60 for that game.
You don't like it like that.
I wasn't. I like Final Fantasy.
$30 though. That's not too bad. I mean,
yeah, $30 is not too bad. $30 is not too bad. But I think I'm going to pull the trigger and finally get Persona 5, and then I'll show gameplay of it and stuff like that.
Need for speed.
But once we get to the penis demon, I might cut it off. I don't know.
Hey, man, can I ask you for a request?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Actually, what John asked for 20 minute requests is the games will go.
Yes.
Next month, and it got this one game, Marlo Briggs, in it. Can you please tell the people? Because I listen to certain people, and they like, what the hell? They just like bypass it. But when I saw you had your gameplay on it and broke it down, like I remember I told you I wanted it, and if I saw it backwards compatible, I'll buy it day one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it for free. Can you explain to the world what this game is about?
Okay, now that was going to be one of our last topics was going to talk about games with gold. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and knock it off. Marlo Briggs is one of the most slept on games. I just stumbled upon it on the PC. I didn't even know that it was a exclusive 360 game. It wasn't advertised. It wasn't nothing. But let me put this in perspective. This game is a God of War meets Black Panther type of game. It's man. Okay, because it's the hold on, let me just say the protagonist is a black gentleman, and his name is Marlo Briggs, and him and his girl is in
the story now.
Well, no. I'm just saying right in the beginning. It's because it happens right in the beginning. It's him and his girl are they're people that looks for stuff in Africa for like the archaeologists. That's what they are. And so
artifacts.
Yeah, they're looking for artifacts. And so they stumble upon this ancient mask.
Like an Indiana Jones game?
No, it's not an Indiana Jones game. And so anyway, so what happens is that some situations happen. This big corporation, this guy, he wants the mask, and he wants that archaeologist because she knows more about everything about what's going on with this African mask. And then he gets killed in the very beginning, and then that mask brings him back. You know what I'm saying? Gives him because it's got this mystical spirit, and he is a badass. He's a badass. It's a cool ass world. It's just kind of like God of War. You get different moves. The cinematics is cool. I cannot wait for that game to be on there and show you guys
these details.
If you want to see gameplay, I have gameplay. I showed it sometime last year, but it's not.
It's enough. Okay.
So, okay, I'm done. So anyway, let's get on to the last two topics and then get out of here. This was really interesting to me because I didn't see this coming, and this was about Marvel Heroes, the free-to-play game.
Oh man!
And
I downloaded that shit, but okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, and all day was telling me I should got it. I mean, he said I was a loser for not playing it, and I said, so shut up. So anyway, so I went ahead and I downloaded it, and I bought a couple of DLC players. I bought, and I was like, okay, let's go. And then, of course, all they did to me just like he did with Fortnite, as I call it, and they didn't play it no more. So I was like, I'll get to it whenever I get to it. And then I come and I see the article that the people that made the game, Galzalian, somehow, however you pronounce their name, they closed. They were told that they had to be gone the day before Thanksgiving, and the game will be cut off at 12 a.m. tonight.
I thought they had to December.
No, that was before. They gave an indication said it would be done in December 14th, but whoever that was in charge said, no, get y'all's asses out of here, get your check, and you're shutting this thing down at 12 a.m.
Damn.
And that's it. So people out of work right before Thanksgiving. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, bro. You get your money back, bro.
I'm going on vacation early.
So anyway, so
you tell Microsoft like, yo, I want my money back. These motherfuckers is shite.
They said no.
And Nassif, hold on, Nassif, going here saying trying to be messy. All Day is not in prison. All Day told us that he couldn't make the show. So that was the only thing because he said he didn't know if he was going to be
free all day.
He's still eating.
He said I need free all day. Yeah, so he's still eating, man. Anytime that there's food involved, he ain't gonna stop eating, man. Not for anything. So
You ain't gotta go to
anyway,
work.
For those people that don't know what Omega is, it's like Marvel Ultimate Alliance on steroids. Fantastic game, great characters, a larger roster of Marvel characters.
Oh, these motherfuckers trying to shoot my.
It's
Suck
depressing.
my
It's
shit.
depressing that they close. I've been playing it on PC for the last 2.5 years.
yeah,
And
it's been on the PC
when it came to Xbox, I was hyped because we got party chat, we got different aspects of the PC. They like hired guns over there. Everybody's on a different party chat, but when you're on a console, it's universal. To see that game go down like that, it's another disappointment to the industry, man. That's why a lot of these developers are going indie. Facts.
Right, and that's why, of course, we're seeing Hey, live. Tone it down, man. Whatever you're doing, we still live. He's playing the game. All right. So anyway, what's the sad thing about this is that there was people that actually played this game. They no-lifed it. They spent a lot of money on it, and now they're out there trying to get back some of the money that they've spent into the game because it's getting shut down. And the sad part of it is that they don't think that they're going to get any money back.
Can I plug myself real quick, Kmega?
Yeah, go ahead.
Runaway Dragons, 2 weeks ago, I reported that and said, don't spend no more money in this game because you ain't going to get it back. 2 weeks ago, I said that. 2 weeks ago. I always crack jokes about me having tarot cards, but when a company is getting ready to fold, you do not continuously buy content because you never know what's going to happen. You never know how the breakup could be cool, like Bungie and Microsoft, or it could go like this. And whatever you purchase, I said, do not buy nothing else because it's up in the air. And now it went from December to yesterday. It's over.
It's done. Yeah,
it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
I hate that. Well, because the gamer is the one that lose the money. Okay, the developers got to feed their families, but we work off our money. So I did report that.
Yeah, we're still talking about Marvel Heroes, right?
Yeah, we're still talking.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Well, I think this game personally is just a casualty of the industry as a whole. That first of all, it doesn't matter like if you have a great license, it doesn't guarantee immediate success. You know what I mean? There are only a few games out there that are basically going to sell like it's printed money right off the get-go, but especially the stuff that's on your console, on your PC, that sort of maybe doesn't get a lot of love, doesn't get a lot of fanfare, or just kind of comes under the radar. People don't really understand that it's out there. One, they don't understand how it works. Some people don't want to make those microtransaction investments into the game to really enjoy it. And I think overall, and I made a video on this a long time ago, probably 6 or 7 months ago, where I said, is there such thing as too many games? And I honestly think that there is, because I think that we're all guilty of it. Because how many of us have gotten a brand new game and we haven't even come close to finishing it because we've already moved on to the next game? The industry is all competing for the same dollar, whether it's $100 or you got $500. They're all competing for the same dollar. And a lot of these games now, they come out within the same launch window, say 2, 3, 6 months, and they got to compete against a lot of other products. Unless you can hook somebody in like World of Warcraft, say did back on the PC era, where they have a big fan base and they keep them there. When you're a new IP or you're a new startup game, you got so much. And now if you go to the PlayStation Network, if you go to the PlayStation Store, you go to the Xbox Store, go look at the free games that they have now, and it's phenomenal. I mean, there's so much here. There's like Minecraft knockoffs, and there's games like Warframe, and there's all these games that are still doing really well, and they're competing against that, money or no money. And like, it's unfortunate that Marvel, you'd think with those kind of characters that game would be an instant success, but again, it's not, because people, one, it wasn't really like, a lot of people didn't realize it was even on the storefronts until somebody told them, and then they don't understand how it works. And I looked at it and I just thought the pricing was a little bit wacky, because you got to buy like the characters, the buy-ins, and like, again, it's a game that's free to play, but in order to get maximum enjoyment, you really have to buy into it. And I think it would have been a better game if it just came out like a $70 game and had some stuff, as opposed to this sort of free to play supposedly method.
I've been on that game for 3 years. You can grind and get everything. They didn't lose. They didn't get dropped because the game wasn't successful. There's like 5 million people playing on PC and buying content. You know why they lost it? They lost the licenses in October and
Disney
Marvel
don't.
didn't renew it. They're still making
Disney pulled
content,
out.
and it wasn't sanctioned. So Marvel pulled out, and Disney pulled out. Game over.
Game over.
That's what it was.
Dang.
That's what it was. Because the game on PC,
Now
I've
that's
been playing
cold
for the
blooded.
last 3 years
Cold-blooded.
because I'm a Marvel Ultimate Alliance fan.
Ain't
Won
done
it.
that in a while.
And on PC, this was the next best iteration, and it was even broader in terms of the RPG elements, the environments. It had 50 times the more characters. 50 times. It had damn near every character you could imagine. Coming out with packs, it was cheap. It wasn't expensive. You know, when I first got into what's that World of Tanks? What's that called?
Yeah, World
War Tank.
Okay. I looked at those prices, was like, shit, I'm not paying for that. It was high priced. $149 package. I'm like, I'm not buying that. I ain't paying no for. If I'm buying something for $149, it better come with a statue, a fucking remote control car, something. You know what I'm saying? But this was reasonably priced, highly supported. October they lost the license, and Disney and Marvel said, "Get out of here."
We have to get the moving. And like Crab say, rack them up. You pack them up, rack them up. You got to go, Jack.
Stunned to hear that.
What would you say, Delilah?
I saying they got their whole business surrounding around that, and like you lose a license, then where you gonna go?
Well,
I think what
somebody dropped the ball on that.
They were smart at the studio. They would have split this had one half working on different licenses and new IPs for the company, and the other half focusing on Marvel Heroes. They sell their own fate when they pour their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That was really smart. So okay, all right. Next to last, because we got a very special ending. So I hope you guys still stick to this, because LiveWire is going to take over for the last part of the show. And so right here,
better start.
Yeah, so get ready for that. This is LiveWire segment after this topic. And this was something that Lemon brought up, which was really interesting, is that PUBG has sold 22 million already, just on the PC alone. Now, what are the projections that you guys think that PUBG is going to sell on the Xbox? Is going to be lower than expectations? Is it going to be higher? What do you guys think? And this is free fall. Anybody can jump in and give the answer.
Well, I already got a bet with Porter Rock. It's going to sell better than anything on PlayStation this year. So it's $30.
Porter Rock trying to make some money off of people. He's over here betting.
He's gonna rake in some
dough. I'm gonna give you money. Yeah. So
just feeding the Porter Rock.
You gotta think about it. $30.
Have you seen what he was drinking his water out of a wine glass, bruh? This dude, come on.
Wait. What was the bet? What was the bet between him and Z?
That was
that
Xbox
MPD, that the Xbox was going to win the MPD.
No, I'm saying what was the amount? What was the amount of the bet?
No. Oh, it was a game, but yeah, he was going to say no. It wasn't about the MPD. It was about the Xbox One X was going to sell 1 million, and it was going to sell 1 million. So
whoever wins, I would say, hopefully they bought the game during these Black Friday sales. I'm just saying, you ain't got to pay a full 60 price because that bitch going back up.
I'm gonna start a Puerto Rico, like for Ethiopian kids.
You said GoFundMe.
He said a GoFundMe. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Is it going to be? Shout out to Puerto Rock, man.
It's gonna sell.
Yeah. So, what do you think the sale's going to be? Give us a rough number. Just rough draft.
I think it's gonna do like Cuphead. I think it'll do 1 million in a week. The price is just right. It got the hype. Has the hype. Everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to play with it. Even Alex won. When the PUBG come back, I'll get on it. People want to play it. They want to see that.
Xbox One X anymore. He sold it. He had to pay people.
No, he got an S.
You got an S though.
He got an S.
Well,
that's a different
he got rid of his X. It's not for no other reason that he couldn't take that the system he can't stand is outperforming his system. That's the only reason.
That's another story. Yeah, well, that's another story.
That's another story. Okay, so everybody in the chat that's listening, give us an estimate of how many you think, how many sales that PUBG will sell before January 1st, 2018. Give us a rough draft of how many units will be sold.
No, I'll give it a month, Mega. So when it comes out on the 12th.
No. That's enough, Dave. That's enough time.
That's enough time, trust me, because as hot as that game is right now, if the Xbox, and this is look, the Xbox fan base, now you're on notice. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Microsoft's going to promote
everybody's
it.
been today. They're going to promote the hell out of it. But the thing of it is that all this talk about what Xbox needs, what Xbox is trying to do, you better take your asses out there and start buying these games, especially a game that's only $30. You know what I'm saying? This game doesn't sell over 1 million. And it is. I know, but that's a fail. If that game which is $30 and it's a multiplayer shooter, then that is a fail on Xbox gamers. You know what I'm saying? That has bragged and talked about this game. You better buy it. You better buy it.
Facts.
Because you know better than a PlayStation fan says open their mouth about it.
It comes in just under 2 million copies, and I think by the time we hit at least February, March, it'll be closer to 3 million, maybe more. But I do think it's going to be a success. It's a huge title. It's carrying a boatload of momentum with it right now. And again, you said the magic word. It's like totally affordable. It's almost too bad that it didn't come out right around the launch of the X or before the Black Friday, because honestly, I think it would have pushed a hell of a lot more consoles over the next couple of days. But it is what it is. It's December, and it's going to move some units, and it's going to sell really, really well. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets close to 2 million. It might even surpass it, but I'll just go see just shy of 2.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I feel like if it does great, good. And if it doesn't, I wouldn't lose any sleep because PC is still strong.
Well, no, I'm not losing sleep over the sales.
I just feel like I mean, I think it's gonna do good for Xbox. I don't think it's gonna be PC levels though. I think PC is a whole.
Oh no, it ain't gonna sell 22.
Look at
that's
Overwatch.
a whole double animal.
Look at Overwatch. Overwatch does it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't.
That's a multiplayer though.
No, that's a PC based game that's on console. Remember,
they've been playing that for years.
Was a PC game that went to console. Console's a different monster, man.
It's just different.
And
I don't know
because GTA, those numbers. Call of Duty, those numbers. Witcher, where's those numbers? Those are big titles.
Yeah. Well, PC fans, if you go ahead and don't try to stop net neutrality, they ain't gonna be playing nothing, Jack, because they're gonna be having to pay for Steam. So anyway, let's get down to LiveWire. Are you ready, LiveWire, to let everybody know what your topic is when we get out the show? Let me go ahead and get your music ready. Hold on,
what's my topic?
Kmega?
Huh?
Oh man.
Hold on. Let me go ahead.
Here you go.
I'm letting Live take over this segment because he was talking about, hey, let's talk about this, and I don't know too much about it because he brought this up, and so I was like, okay, Live, you can go ahead and you can talk about this, but hold on, let me cue up the music, let me get it right for you. All right,
okay, Mega, real host.
Real host. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna rock with you. So we're gonna get this music right. So right here, everybody get ready to listen.
You're gonna get it all wrong. But go ahead.
No. We gotta do it just right here.
Take that.
Radio Raheem. D motherfucking D.
Oh man, what's going on? Oh dang it!
Just like you said.
Hold on. Let me. I got to turn my speaker on.
Man, need battery. Somebody give it.
No, my speaker cut off. It automatically cuts off, man. Let me go ahead because I was ready to talk about this. Forget. So the speaker's back on. Hold on. Let me get to it. All right, here we go. All right, okay, Live. Go ahead. What you doing? Let's go.
This guy.
Oh shit, man. Hey.
Yeah, the dude. Are you gonna play that in the back?
Well, you know you got
I'm just gonna let it ride for a second before Live.
You only go 30 seconds for the excited.
I'll give it about 10 seconds. Okay.
Harlem Shake on people.
All right.
Hey.
That man is all low and.
All right. Okay. Now.
Almost did the walk.
Yeah. So okay, LiveWire, it's up to you. Go ahead and let everybody know what the last topic is for the GRG podcast.
And be like, yo, this dude Mason came out of retirement from being a preacher or whatever the hell he was doing. I don't know if he was actually preaching, to finally speak up and say some shit about Cam. And that shit was ugly.
Okay, so explain who Cam is, because there's people out there that don't know who these people are. You're talking to millennials and other people. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Most of the people that watch this know who the fuck Cameron.
Okay. And the people in the chat, if you know who Mace, the rapper, is that was with Bad Boy Entertainment back in the 90s, please hit 1.
Yeah, if you don't, I don't know what the hell y'all doing.
If you don't, hit 2. Also, if you know who Cameron is, hit 1, and if you don't, hit 2. So go ahead and let us know in the chat. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Also, if Drake is your favorite rapper, kill yourself.
Come on, man. I like Drake. He's my favorite
rapper. Did I say you can't like Drake? I didn't say you can't like Drake. I said if Drake is your favorite rapper, I say kill yourself. That's all I'm saying.
It's New York rap.
Are you gonna get on this? Delilah said she's been tired for like 40 minutes. Come on now.
No, yeah, all I'm saying. Look, I say check out this record that Mace put out. That shit was hot.
Delilah need a Red Bull.
That shit was hot fire.
What was he saying? What's the beef? How you gonna just say it's fire? You gotta explain what.
You gotta just go look at it, man. It's called the Oracle. Like, look, man, I'm not gonna go through lyric by lyric. Like, you got enough people doing that shit. This is a gaming shit. I'm just telling people that grew up in the 90s that listened to hip hop when it was at its pinnacle, not this bubblegum shit that they be putting out right now.
Hey man, don't be getting these millennials mad, man. They watching GRG, man. Come on.
There ain't that many millennials out here watching GRG.
Man,
and even the millennials that I know that listen to us, they know about fucking. They know who Biggie is. They know who fucking Jay is. They know who fucking Mace is. You know, they know who Wu-Tang is. Like, if they don't, then they them Soldier Boy looking ass motherfuckers out here fucking bumping Bow Wow and shit.
So what's wrong with the South music? You can't knock South music, man. You can't knock
these hip hop at the end. Like, come this a game.
I'm just saying, check it out, man. That shit's fire. Anyway, man, it was fun. What's the next thing, man?
Cameron in the house.
No, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Cameron was popping back in the day.
357.
Dipset was the shit.
357. Cameron. I know about all that.
My man Cameron, one of my favorite songs from Cameron was "Fuck You." That was my shit.
All right. Okay, so yeah. Can we move along? Can we move right along?
All right.
That was horrible. Come on now, you had me hyped. LiveWire. You had me hyped, LiveWire. That you was really going to discuss about this rap battle between Mace.
But you gotta know.
No, I never said I was. Look, I just said people should check it out. I was shocked that he went at him like that. I thought it was going to be like, listen, if somebody tell you Mason made this record about Cam, you'd be like, I don't know, like whatever. But when you hear it, you're like, oh shit, like this motherfucker went in.
Okay, all right,
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
where do you live?
So Mace is now the best rapper alive.
Hell no! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Anyway, who ain't worried about the watch stuff ass rappers? We done. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Nas, Outkast. Talk about that T.I. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about getting no
How the hell are you talking about Nas and then talk?
Because Nas is still relevant. You know what I'm saying? He's still one of he's the top 5 or 7.
He's relevant, though. What the hell are you talking about?
Come on, man.
Nas is still an old school rapper, and I don't know what the last album he put out. I know he put out an album, but I don't know.
All right, man. Anyway, all right, y'all.
Bang bang.
Oh my God, not that.
Come on, man. That's
disrespectful. He put out that. Come on, man.
Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
All right, yeah. The GRG podcast was trying to go music. It probably would have been a lot more leveled if All Day, because All Day likes talking about music too. And you know what I'm saying? He probably would have did a better job than what you did live. But that's okay.
Well, I'm just saying I was the only one talking though. So I mean it is what it is. It's hard to have a conversation when
you being messy. Come on now. Anyway, man, we have to get out of here. So let's go ahead and go to our guest, man. Noof. If Cletus, anybody wants to say anything about how their Thanksgiving was, we really would appreciate it. If not, that's great. And where can they find you at, man? Appreciate you coming on. Hopefully this isn't the last time.
Well, hey, it's Cletus here. I just wanted to know, guys. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. And I gotta ask, how in the hell do you get turkey grease off your penis? That's all I need to know.
Well,
But you guys all have a great day, y'all. You hear?
Well, Cletus, how did that happen?
Doing that, Uncle Ruckus.
Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta put the stuffing in. You know what I'm saying? Your fingers ain't long enough, so you just gotta do it however you feel it could be done. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Cletus, you're telling me that you had some pants off, dance off time on Thanksgiving.
Pants off, dance off, my friend. I was tapping, whacking. I was doing the whole slapping. It's the way she does it around here, man. You got a bottle of moonshine, we get her done. That's how we roll.
Wow, that is. Thank you so much. All right, so hey man, can you bring Noof to come through and say where everybody can find him at?
Just
man.
remember, y'all, you got to pluck it before you fuck it. That's how it goes.
Hot damn it, yes, sir.
It's all about getting that.
That's how Colonel Sanders got popular.
Is that pluck it? Okay, I got you.
Man. Anyway. Yeah, man. You guys know to find me as always. Noof Nukem on Xbox Live. Noof_Nukem on the PlayStation Network. I have a channel. Go check it out if you get time. Sometimes you'll hear Cletus. Sometimes you won't. And it be for the better. All that good stuff. And yeah, man, that's about it. Really want to say thank you and to everybody on the panel for having me on. It's a pleasure. I think it's my second time being on, and I was always looking forward to it. And I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and we'll catch you guys all soon.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Hopefully it will not be the last, man. And yeah, thank you so much. And anyway, man, we're going up to a guy that's turning out almost to be a regular, man. And that's 108 Dragons TV. The broadband bullies, as I call them broads. What's up with you, man? And what's happening? Where can they find you at? Shirts, blouses, with the shirts against the blouses. Go ahead, bro.
No, I do tight spandex on the deck, nigga. We ain't doing that. Now, first of all, I love everybody on the panel. Everybody on the panel, 100, my man Kmega always bring me back. I appreciate the love and the support from everybody in this podcast. I see people be like, "Where's the 108 at?" When I be a guest of the goddamn chat. I appreciate y'all, man. 108 Dragons TV, channel for the gamers. I appreciate y'all. That's all. I'm just humble, man. I'm just humble. Just for people to even be listening to my fucking knowledge. Facts.
Yes, indeed, man. We do like to hear what you have to say. Fonzarelli, man, he said he had to go. Again, there was no eject button. He just said he had to. He said he had to get out.
I don't believe you,
man. No, man. People. Hey, he got 8 eject buttons that he got to deal with. That got nothing to do with me, Jack. He got to take them all in. So anyway, man, shout out for Fonzarelli coming on here, man, because he is always a part of GRG, just like all day. Digital, Shang Tsung, as he's getting called now from here on out. And man, we're gonna move on down to Triple Cup Chuck. Are you still up? What's up, bro? He's gone. Triple Cup Chuck is gone, Jack. He's gone. He's gone. He said
he's not. I ain't gone. My phone was on mute. I ain't know I had it on mute. I was talking.
I thought you was taking it now.
Oh man, you said you started drinking way early today. So
yeah, he had some of that ghetto. He had some of that ghetto champagne. That Hennessy, right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, get him right.
Man, I went to the corner store 2 for $6.
All about that shining name.
I'm telling you.
So, man, where can they find you at, man? And tell them all the the new podcast that you got and the other podcast that you on as well.
Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can find me at Triple Cup Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Triple Cup, one word, then Chuck. And on Wednesday, I'm doing my own podcast called the Vibration Podcast. We talk about Marvel, DC, comic books, anime, and video games. It's like a safe haven where a person is a PlayStation player or a person that's an Xbox player. It's a place where, you know what I'm saying, you're some shit you probably wouldn't hear nowhere else. These people getting along and really agreeing with each other about topics. So, you know what I'm saying, it's a podcast where if you don't want to hear nobody talking over each other, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see it to believe it. Just check it out. And you can pay it on Cano Gamma Station Podcast on Monday. And whenever we do on the weekends, I'll sometimes be Saturday, sometimes it be Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We do the DirectX podcast with 100. and a couple other people. You know what I'm saying? It be live. We be going in on that one though.
Triple Cup ain't so fluid with it.
Leave that man alone, man. For my state.
He ain't so fast and quick tonight. He over here talking normal tonight. Oh man. All right, Chuck, man.
That's it. Everybody at all those locations.
All right, man. That's all good, man. That's good. Anyway, so then we go on to the matriarch, one of the matriarchs of the GRG podcast, man. So thankful for you to be on, man, because everybody loves to hear your knowledge. And so thank you. So thank you and your husband for, saying just turn it back around and coming on there and being on the show, Delilah HD. Where can they find you?
Not a problem. You guys know you can find me on Twitter every Friday on right here on GRG. But you can also catch me and the other ladies tomorrow for GWG, which is growing gaming. We're doing our show tomorrow. And so check us out. That will be tomorrow at I believe it's going to be 6:30 California time. I'm sorry. It's gonna be 6:30 Eastern, so that's like 3:30 California time. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter and you'll get the confirmation there.
I get confused too, man. It's just too far.
We all different time zones, so it's it takes a lot of coordinating.
West Coast is odd. Yeah, West Coast is odd as hell. Like the Don will be saying, "Hey, man, you want to do Devin the Gamer?" I'm like, "Yeah, we could do it." He's like, "I said, what time are you talking about?" "Well, I get off work I'll get off, and so we can do it around 10:30." And so I'm thinking like, okay, about 11:30. It's like 1 o'clock in the damn morning almost. I'm like, man, I gotta go to bed, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's a little weird sometimes.
Yeah, it's feel like you was full of shit on that. Sega hit me up. Hawaii is 3 hours ahead of me. Back at me, so I was sitting there and Sega was like, "Man, you want to do something?" I'm like, "It's 12 o'clock. I'm already drunk."
Well, honey, let me ask you a question. How can you tell time? And you so drunk you can't see the time, nigga.
Oh man! Come on! All right, man.
I'm in a different world.
That went left.
Yo, that's what I'm
saying. I don't know. I'm in a different world. I exist in a different.
Come on, man. We got two more people. We got two more people to get off of here. Two more people.
Take it offline. Take it offline.
All right, hold on. No, we got to let 100 get out. We got to let 100 get out, man, and then we got live. But so we're gonna let 100 go last. So we're gonna go to Donald Trump, man. Hey, LiveWire, man. Thank you for going out here and man, letting us know about the beef between Mace and Cameron about some two dusty ass old rappers that ain't. Where can they find you at, brother?
Yo, check out my channel. I'm putting up a whole lot of new videos. I'm gonna make some sound effects for you, man. Every time you talk, I'm gonna be like it's gonna be dust powder farts and shit for you on the
ass. Nigga told you a look the Aquaman.
Oh man, come on, man. It always does this, man. When we having a good time. Man.
You ain't shit.
Oh, all right. That's it.
I'm gonna say on your tombstone. Here lies a motherfucker that ain't shit.
Thank you. All right, and then last but not least, man, Intro Media Gaming himself. You know what I'm saying, man, the myth, the legend, Mr. 100. You know what I'm saying, as I call him, the ultimate bum, and the Raiders can't fade those Rams. So what's up, man? Where can they find you at, man? And give a shout out to everybody that's part of Intro Media Gaming.
But one, you can find me on Xbox Live tonight. Getting drunk. I might get drunk on a boat. If we can get on the boat tonight, we're gonna be on the TNT.
You're gonna be on there with LiveWire, right?
Yeah, probably be on there. We'll Flip. Shout out to my man Flip Money. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Coke bottle glasses from Philly. Yep. Always talking that mess. We have good times on Xbox. So anybody y'all want to come in our parties, y'all always welcome. Oh no, see, you just mad because you can't get on. Shout out to the whole crew. Yeah, it is. You can't get on. Ain't my fault. You can't get on.
People gotta go. Come on, man. We can talk.
So shout out to Lady Infamous. Shout out to the the Direct X. Crew. Shout out to the GRG crew. Shout out to Grown Women Gaming crew. I ain't gonna keep it long. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to chill out. And shout out to my man New for being on.
Thanks, brother.
Shout out to man Lemon. You know what I'm saying? No, go meet this. Go check out 108 Dragon.
No pun intended.
when Delilah comes out of her coma that she's been in for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Go check out her channel. You know what I'm saying?
Delilah says she ain't ever coming out there until Scalebound come back.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me when somebody made a joke. They said Delilah was gonna be like what was that? Kill Bill. You know what I'm saying? She gonna come out the coma and start kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah. That's what she'll do.
And then go check out, you know what I'm saying, Mega channel. You know, he does his he checks his hypo, you know what I'm saying, critical bullshit sometimes. Go check that out.
You know what's good about Mega channel? He come with a point of view like Nethos. You didn't think about some of the stuff they come up with. You be like, damn, I ain't thinking about it like that.
Because making that dump truck all day and got that
man.
You're right. I'll be in that work truck and I'll be thinking about all types of shit. Like,
those fumes help to get his brain going a little bit before he passes out.
It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah. And y'all go check out LiveWire. LiveWire got some of the funniest shit. And LiveWire sometimes make my damn day go through. I be punching numbers and shit like that. And I hear live like, hey, y'all know on this Pootie. LiveWire is the Pootie Tang of the YouTube community because he comes with some crazy, but he makes you laugh and funny.
I'm gonna shout out everybody.
Like
I want everybody to pay attention in these comments. All 51 of y'all. Pop Off Gaming, man. Norton has a problem, but he he has
a problem. He owes me some money.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he owes me some money.
That dude,
Pop Off. He owes us some money.
All right, now when people start talking about people owe money, it's about time to go. So anyway, man, thank you guys for rocking out with us again. You know what I'm saying? My apologies for last week's show, and you know what I'm saying? That was a tipsy rant and a tipsy ejection. But you know what, hey, man. Without these guys, GRG couldn't be anything, and of course, without you guys listening to us, GRG could never be anything as well. So thank you for rocking out with us. And you know it's Friday night. Hopefully you're going to be out there gaming, or if you want to go out and have a good time, or if you want to do my favorite thing is get that pants off, dance off. Go ahead and do what you got to do. But whatever going on, you can't be doing it here no longer because we getting the hell out of here. So have a good night. Peace.